Welcome guys, this is Code Wings. You're welcome to this channel. I'm here to give you quality tutorials on programming. But today we are starting on Laravel tutorial. So I'm going to be starting Laravel with you. I'm going to put you through all those areas that are shaded in Laravel. This project is actually available. It's for beginner. You just need to have little, knowledge about PHP, and afterwards you can learn. If you are continuing learning, you can handle Laravel. So far, you have little understanding of PHP because Laravel is a framework built on PHP programming language. So, what is Laravel? I think I'll put you to the documentation so that you can see a little bit of what Laravel is doing. Laravel.com. See, Laravel, from the official documentation of Laravel, you can see what begins the documentation. The PHP framework for web artisans. So Laravel is a web application framework with expressive, elegant syntax. So it's very powerful. It's one of the most powerful web frameworks there, and you can always use it to build your web application, and it's going to guarantee your security and going to make your work faster. So how do we install? Let's go straight to the installation of Laravel. And to install Laravel, it's very easy. But before then, you need Composer. Composer must be installed on your computer. Otherwise, you won't be able to run Laravel locally. So you can Google Composer installation, and you install depending on your device. If you're a Mac OS user, you download. But the best way is to download the .sf file, the .sf file, and you run through. Then you also need a CMD. Well, of course, I have Git Bash, so I use Git Bash, but you can download Git installation or download Git. So Git Bash will come with it that you can use to run your artisan commands. So go to Git and download anyone you prefer based on your devices. So you can download for Windows, you can download for Mac OS. So after that, you need an ID. The ID I'm going to use in this lecture is Visual Studio Code. So you can download it as well in case, but you can use any ID is fine. So you can use anyone you prefer. Any ID is fine. But I use Visual Studio Code, which you can easily, is free. You can download it. So you go there, you have a copy that you can download based on your choice. So Visual Studio Code. Now, having done that, we can begin our Laravel installation. So I want to open my Git Bash. Open my Git Bash. Since you have, meanwhile, you also need SAMP. You need SAMP at least to run your server locally. SAMP server gives you ability to, it provides you the opportunity to have your server on your system that you can run to interact with your project, to actually work with your project interface. So I have SAMP installed, but you can download it in case you don't, because it's going to be one of the important tools we are going to use for this series. So download, if you have 64 bits, download according to your machine's capacity. So having done that, now I want to go back to my Git Bash. It's my Git Bash. So automatically I want to change the directory to C directly. So change directly, C, this simply means change directly. Dot is going to go back. Then I'm already on my C directory. So I want to change the directory to my SAMP folder. So I can do SAMP. So it's time my SAMP. I want to change directory again to htdocs. Change directly to htdocs. htdocs folder. So I'm there. This inside this HT docs are where your projects, all your projects will lie. So as many as possible projects that you are creating, even in the future, they must be inside these HT docs. Otherwise, you won't be able to run your project properly on the web, except you want to use another server which is different from SAM. You can use WAMP, you can also use Homestead, but for easy understanding of this project, so we are using SAMP. So if you are using SAMP, it's okay like this. So that means you can create your project directly inside htdocs, and that gives you opportunity to run your project locally. So to create project Laravel, you run this command: composer create project prefer dist Laravel, because what we want to install is Laravel. So that's a Laravel project. You run Laravel. Then after writing this, whatever you want your project to be named, or the name of your project to be, just write it. Maybe I will say first project, or Laravel tutorial, anything, or let me call it tutorial. If you run it, it will keep running your project, creating a project inside a tutorial folder, which you are going to use eventually. So since the installation is running, let me quickly pause this video so that when the installation is done, we can. Okay guys, our project is done. You can see all the necessary packages that we need for our Laravel application install, all of them. So these packages are pulled automatically from Laravel resource, so that we can make use of them and have our project easily created. Now, since we have created this project, since we have created our project, let's cd to the project we create, so that we can check and we can go through the packages that we have seen installed just now. We call our project tutorial, so let's send directly to that tutorial. Oh, sorry, tutorial. You can see we're inside tutorial now. So I want to open our project in VS Code, because I'm using VS Code and I've told you to install it the other time. So if you install VS Code, you are good to go. Or you install any other IDE, you are good to go. So let's go to our VS Code. Yeah. Now here is our project. Full packages have been put into it. Don't forget, Laravel is an MVC framework. It works with model view control architecture. So inside it, our major concern, or let me say, the brain of the application will exist inside this app folder. Let's open the app folder. We have the console. But for instance, since we are dealing with we are dealing with model view controller, let's check our controller first. It resides HTTP controllers, and we have controller. This is our base controller, and we can extend this to as many as possible controllers that we need to work with in our applications. So that's controller. Let's check our view. Our view is inside resources, views. So here, this is our view, and we have a welcome blade file in our view. So let's check our model as well. Check our model. Our model is inside the app as well. Models, you can see models. We have a user model that came automatically with Laravel. So I think let's check some packages that Laravel came with. Let's deal with composer.json. Inside composer.json file, We can see most of the packages installed while we are running installation commands the other times. All those necessary packages, they have been installed, and here you can see them written, under composer.json for our easier understanding. So let's check our route, which is another important area, another important file that we need to understand. This is our route, this is where all the routes of your application will reside. You can see now from here now, if you check our project slash this, is going to load the welcome view. And I said earlier that our welcome view, it resides inside our view. So our view folder, you can see that's our welcome view. So let's check that one before we close this chapter. So go to your browser. Go to your browser and run localhost /tutorial/public. So we need to start our SAM server. Make sure you start your SAM server, otherwise the project will not run. Yeah, start it. Start Apache, start MySQL, and you are good to go. Now let me reload our project again. You see, this is the content of the welcome blade file that we just saw here. So if I delete all the content and I reload that page again, you discover there's nothing that will display. It won't display anything. You see, it's all blank. Okay, let me go there and just write something. Let me write h1 close it. Sorry. Then welcome. You will discover that's what will be loaded on the welcome page. Welcome. You see, welcome. Now let me write welcome, guys. You see, welcome, guys. That's because immediately the home route is loaded, it will load whatever is written inside the view folder, the welcome view folder that I showed you the other time. So anything that's written there will be displayed. That is why we got this. So let's stop at this junction. We'll continue the tutorial in the next lecture. Thank you.